In today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 reasons moss is growing in your lawn. So moss is not technically a weed, but I consider a weed anything that you do not want growing in your yard. So if you don't want moss growing in your yard, then it is technically a weed. So a reason number one that moss may be growing in your yard is too much shade. Moss loves shady areas and it's going to spread and thrive in those conditions. If there's any way to trim back the trees on your property, trim back some shrubs, whatever you can do to allow more sunlight onto your property and into that area, that will help. So that's reason number one, too much shade. I'll go ahead and get into reason number two, which is too much moisture. Moss also loves wet areas. If you have standing water in your lawn, this is a great place for the moss to grow and spread as well. Consider installing a French drain to allow water to flow away from your lawn. I know that's a big investment, but that is something you can do if you do want to get rid of that moss. One thing you can do to get rid of the moss is just to manually rake it up, manually remove it. It's got a very shallow root system, so it's fairly easy to remove, but it does require some physical labor to do that. Reason number three that you may have moss growing in your yard is that your soil may have a low pH, which means that your soil is acidic. So you can apply some lime to that area to raise the pH level. You may have to do this a few times throughout the year, and it may take a long time to change the pH of your soil in order to get rid of the lime. To get rid of the moss. But that is one thing you can do. Apply some lime to the lawn to raise that pH level. So there are some organic solutions that you can put down. Now, I've never done this, so let me say I've never tried these solutions, but I've heard you can mix 2 gallons of warm water with a box of baking soda, spray that on the lime, and that's supposed to get rid of it. Another organic solution is to mix 5 ounces of Dawn dish soap with 1 gallon of water, and that's supposed to help as well. Again, I've never tried that myself, but that's worth giving it a shot. Lastly, you can leave the moss alone. It looks pretty. I think it does. A lot of people think it looks pretty. In this particular case right here, we've got a little creek flowing on the back of this property, and the moss actually looks really good with that backdrop. And it's actually an important part of our ecosystem, and it can help to prevent erosion, which is great for this particular property here. It's keeping this ground from eroding away. And again, it looks good. So if you're okay with it, just leave it alone. And lastly, one more thing you can do to help get rid of the moss is to aerate your lawn. This will reduce soil compaction and help improve drainage and air circulation in the lawn. So core aeration will help as well.